For me, my next Tamil film I really felt has to be something really crazy. And that's why I've come now with Bagheera, because if you've seen the trailer, you will know what I mean by crazy mass film. Got Master playing Bagheera. I was like, this sounds so crazy and so wild, and it was interested. And I always wanted to do a mass film. Like Anegan was also a mass film. So for me, I'll definitely be coming to Chennai to watch the film in a theatre. I am not gonna tell you where or when or anything, because you don't see that in Mumbai. You don't see that in the North also. So that excitement, that energy, I'm coming just to see that. I'll be wearing like a jacket and sunglasses. So there is one song. Luckily, I don't have to shake my leg too much.
Okay.
Because sir he's an amazing dancer. Prabhu Master Sir is just dancing alone, and there's fire, and it's a full mass number. Fingers crossed, okay?
Okay, Amyra. So I'll take that as a yes. Hi, hello, வணக்கம் ThanthiTV viewers. கடைசியா அநேகன் படத்துல தனுஷ் கூட 4 ரோல்ஸ்ல நடிச்சு அசத்திருந்தாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறமா ரொம்ப வருஷம் கழிச்சு இப்போ தமிழ் பக்கம் வந்து பிரபுதேவா மாஸ்டர் கூட பகீரா படத்துல நடிச்சிருக்க ஆக்ட்ரஸ் அமைரா கூட தான் இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பேச இருக்கோம். Hello Amyra, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. What an introduction.
Okay, so how have you been? What's keeping you busy these days?
I've been good. Nothing, just the release of my film. Little busy. So, looking forward to it.
So, Amyra, Anegan வந்து ஒரு சூப்பர் டூப்பர் ஹிட் ஆன படம். அதுக்கப்புறமா what took you so long to come back to Tamil films, and why this gap?
Every time I speak to someone from Tamil Nadu, I have to keep doing this because everybody keeps asking me this question. Actually, when I shot Anegan, I was about 21 years old. I hadn't finished school. I hadn't finished college. I had to finish all of this. And then after 3 years, when I came back to Kollywood, the roles I was getting, I wasn't as interested as I was when I got a role like I did in Anegan. So, for me, my next Tamil film, I really felt has to be something really crazy. And that's why I've come now with Bagheera, because if you've seen the trailer, you will know what I mean by crazy mass film.
Yeah, but we really felt betrayed, Amyra, ivlo naal.
No! Don't say that. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so coming to Bagheera, இப்போ வந்து பிரபுதேவா மாஸ்டர் கூட you've done this film, and how did you get roped into this project?
I remember Adithanar called me and he said, there's a really, really good film and I'm doing it, and I noticed you haven't, done anything in Tamil after Anegan. So, would you be interested in something like this? And by then I'd done quite a few films in Bollywood. So I'd finished about like 2-3 films in Bollywood, and I was really, really working. And I said, okay, I'll, sit with the narration and I'll see. And as soon as Adithanar narrated the story and told me that, this is the part, this is the story, and we've got Master playing Bagheera, I was like, this sounds so crazy and so wild, and it was interested. And I always wanted to do a mass film. Like Anegan was also a mass film. So for me, I always wanted to keep it nice and fun and masala and massy in Kollywood for myself. So this was a film that was doing exactly that. And I told Adik, so I was like, I'm really excited. Let's shoot.
So amazing. Now the release of the film is nearing. How excited are you? And will you be coming to Chennai to watch the film with the fans?
I'll definitely be coming to Chennai to watch the film in a theatre. I am not gonna tell you where or when or anything, because I love watching the film with the audience, and especially in the South, because your audience, the way they love a film now, the way they show their excitement and their joy, you don't see that in Mumbai, you don't see that in the North also. So that excitement, that energy now, I'm coming just to see that. Not even to see my film, I want to see the audience.
So I hope to go to the FTFS and bump into you in the theatre, Amyra.
I'll be wearing like a jacket and sunglasses. You're like,
Okay, so in Bagheera, you've acted alongside Prabhudeva Master. How was the experience? How was he on sets?
it was very nervous. I was very nervous pehle because I remember the first time I even saw Master, he had a shaved head. He's actually shaved his head for this film, and I respect him a lot for that. But I remember I saw him like that and I was like, oh my god, sir, hi. I didn't recognize you. And even he said, he was like, that's the point. I mean, he plays like 9, 10 different characters in Bagheera. He's playing different people. He changes his character, and to see him like that, it's so cool, because I think for an actor, we all want roles that are so cool and so challenging. And I think because Master is a dancer, his expressions, his body language, they suit every character he's played. So I don't see any other actor being able to do what Master has done in this film. Really, he's outstanding.
So how is he on sets, off screen? How is he?
So he's the total opposite of Bagheera. He's more quiet. He's more to himself. He's, if you go up and you talk to him, he will sit and talk to you. But he doesn't act like a star. He doesn't. You don't even know if Sir is there. He's so quiet, And literally, then you see him playing Bagheera, who's so loud and crazy and like a psycho. You're just shocked. You're like, oh wow, this is acting. This is what acting is.
Okay, I should ask you this. Have you gotten the opportunity to shake a leg with him in this film?
So there is one song. Luckily, I don't have to shake my leg too much.
Okay.
Because, Sir he's an amazing dancer. I don't think anyone can match him in the industry. So there is one song, but it's again, it's like a dream sequence, and it's one of my favorite parts in the film. But also, I would say he has a solo song, which is like very crazy, very mass, insane music. So I think that song is going to be the best song of the film, where Prabhu Master Sir is just dancing alone, and there's fire, and it's a full mass number.
So I think the way you describe it, increases our excitement levels.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this Bagheera, apart from you, there are several other actors in the film, like Ramya Nambisan, Janani Iyer, Sakshiagarwal, and several others. In fact, that day I got a chat with Sakshiagarwal also. So how was the experience acting alongside these many stars?
So unfortunately, I never got to meet any of the girls because my part was completely separate from everyone else. I think for them, it's very important because they established Bagheera's character, and Bagheera is a psycho serial killer. So he targets women, and you see how he changes his character for each woman that he meets. But then how, when my character comes in, she's sort of his match in a way. And you see how her intelligence balances out his psycho craziness.
Okay, but so when you read the script, when Adik was narrating the script to you, when you knew that there were several people starring in the film, did it bother you? Did you think that your screen space or your prominence for your role would be less or something like that?
I don't think like that. Even in Hindi cinema, if you see, I've done a lot of ensemble cast films. For me, it's about the story, and each of these girls is very necessary and very important to the film. So for me, it's also about standing out, and I think every girl, every actress has stood out in her character. So I think that's also very important, and I'm not an insecure actor at the end of the day. So for me, I don't mind if there are like so many more heroines in one film. I feel as an actor, if you have done justice to your character, how many other people are in the film shouldn't matter.
Okay, loving your confidence, Amyra.
More than confidence, I'd just say it's life. You have to be strong, and you have to be very secure in yourself.
Okay, so in the first trailer, so far rendu trailer vandirukku, right, Bagheeraku. So in the first trailer, we saw you asking hug panna poriya, kiss panna poriya, or is it something more? And then in the second trailer, we saw you throwing a bunch of swear words at men and accusing them, and you're also getting tortured and all of that. So how is your role? How crazy is your role? How is it
So as you can see, even my character, she's not a black and white character. There is thoda gray over there. And I think that's what I really liked about this character is that, she's bold, but she's also very smart. And you'll see that in the film. It's a thriller at the end of the day. Yes, it's also like got this dark comedy side of it, but it's also a thriller. And I think when you push somebody now to see whether they can survive or not, that survival instinct kicks in, and that's when you change as a person also. So I think you saw that, like in the first trailer you see her very pretty and very sweet and all of that, but then in the second trailer you see that this girl has been pushed into a corner and now she's fighting back.
Okay, so that dialogue was really bold, Amyra, and the swear words that you had to speak in those dialogues, did you know the meaning of it? Adik sir sonnara, that this is what this means?
See, I think as an actor, ultimately we know what we're doing, we know what we're getting into. I had my apprehensions. Of course, I was scared first because that's not the language I use on a daily basis. But if you see the scene, when you see the film, you'll understand why we needed those words.
Okay, but are you, scared if you're going to receive any hate from your male fans after that?
No, because like I said, I feel like it's something that maybe was required in the film itself, because the reason she says that, you'll see the reason she says what she says.
Okay, so in the previous films that director Adik Ravichandran has done, particularly Trishalana Nayanthara, it was also from a male's perspective. I think similar to Bagheera, it was also from the perspective of a man. But it got a lot of criticism saying that, it portrays women in a very misogynistic kind of manner. Do you think there's any similar kind of portrayal in Bagheera also? How do you think the portrayal of women in this film is?
Um, See, I don't think women are being portrayed badly in this film at all. Ultimately, it shows, if you see even the dialogue she says about men, it also shows that, we are fighting back here. So for me, I would never want to do something that would make any woman at all get upset or feel offended in any way. And even when we make films, even when we make series, we make content, I don't think any director makes it with the intention to offend anyone. I think we are making something to entertain people, to sort of send a message as well. So for me, like I said, we don't go out to make anything that offends anyone, and if people are offended, then I truly am sorry, because that was never anyone's intention.
Okay, so what would you say was the most, memorable part of this whole shooting process?
I think all the action sequences, because, for me, getting a bottle broken on my head and then having to hit Sir with a golf club, and then the cat and mouse chase that happens between Bagheera and my character, it's all very intense, and it looks really cool. It looks really easy, but it's not, because it's really draining. Like, it takes your energy away completely. So yeah, I would say all the action sequences were extremely difficult and challenging for me.
So did you have to, adapt to a particular way, or, prepare yourself for anything for this film, be it even learning Tamil or anything?
Honestly, more than anything, I would say the fitness that I required in order to keep up with this film, because like I said, there's so much action and there's so much running around and energy that you need, that I had to actually change my diets. And we shot most of the film at night, so most of you see the whole sequence and everything, it's all night scenes, it's all in the dark. So even that, I had to change my sleep pattern and adjust everything to that 1 month where your whole life just takes a full turn, because suddenly you're waking up, you're sleeping in the morning, you're working at night. And not only are you working, but the physical level you have to be at to maintain that is much higher than you would on a normal basis. So all of that changed for that month, and that was very difficult.
Okay, Amyra, I think I should ask you about, your experience working with the legend Jackie Chan for Kung Fu Yoga. Please tell us about it.
Touchwood, I've always had amazing co-stars. I feel I have worked with some of the best people in the industry. And I think working with Jackie Sir was just icing on the cake for me. It was an amazing, fun experience. It's a film that I'll always have with me. And yeah, I hope to work with people of that level more and more as time goes by.
So how is he personally, and has he given you any, you know, piece of advice that you would always carry with you?
So actually he gave me a signed copy of his autobiography, because I love reading. I've always been a reader, and even on set he would always see me with a book and I'd be like, oh, hi sir, how are you? Okay. So he actually gave me that, and in his autobiography, I think some of the lessons, some of the things he says, he's so inspirational, because he said, you know, he was like, I started off as a stunt double. He literally started off as Bruce Lee's stunt double, and then he reached like becoming the kung fu master of the world. So, you know, I think that is very inspirational when someone's life story inspires you, and that's what his book always does. So whenever I'm sad, I always open his book and I always read a few pages that I really like.
Amyra, you've done films in Telugu, in Tamil, and in Bollywood. How different are the three? And if you had to pick one, which one would it be?
um you know, all three are very, very different. And I would say that every industry has a little piece of my heart. But for me, I feel like because I started off with something as beautiful as an Anega, and there's something about South films for me that I just love. I love mass films. I love anything that's loud and different. And yeah, I would say Tamil cinema and the kind of scripts that, you know, I'm reading now today, it's a lot more fun. And I'm looking forward to it.
So can we say that after Bagheera, we can expect to see you in a lot more Tamil films?
Fingers crossed, okay?
Okay, Amyra. So I'll take that as a yes.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Amyra, for taking time and speaking to us. And Aditha Darwa, I hope to catch you in person and not through a Zoom interview.
For sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Amyra.